All right, Leah, I'm looking at your math module program and a couple little things that need to be tweaked. I mean, overall, it works, puts out what it's supposed to put out, but we need to fix some things. So you've got your name, date, purpose of program, define main, but the only thing you indented was this line. Nothing here is indented, so it's not part of the main function. The only thing that's part of the main function is what you indent. None of this is indented. And this is actually the wrong code. You actually could put this before you define main, and it's, according to our lesson, from math import with an asterisk. Go back and look at our sample lessons in the program. This is what you have to do at the beginning, from math import. So anything that's part of your main function has to be indented. Usually 4 spaces is the standard. I mean, you can do 2, but 4 is the standard. So anything in here, oh, I canceled the P there. And this is not indented. So I'm going to show you the difference. Now you may have had everything indented and you couldn't get it to do anything. And the reason is at the bottom, you have to put the main statement down here that says, okay, I'm finished, run the main program. But let me show you what happens when we do it this way. Here's your main function, and I have this indented. This I do not have indented, right? All this down here. So look what happens when I run this. Run program. Radius of the can, I'm going to say 10. Height, I'm going to say 5. It prints the radius, the height, the volume, the surface area, and then afterwards, it prints everything that's up here. It printed that last because since the main function was here, it does all of this first because it's not indented, and then it runs the main function last. So it did all of this first. Well, that's why it should be indented, so that goes in the order that you intended to. We put all of that in 4 spaces. It knows that's all part of the main function. Now when we run it, see, define main, everything is indented, it's part of the main, and then at the bottom we say, okay, go ahead and run the main function. I'm done with the program. And from math import. Now the from math import wasn't used the way you wrote your formulas. Let's go ahead and run this, just show it works now in the right order. See, now it prints that first because we have that first on define main. The reason this doesn't need the math import is because you didn't use what we learned in the lesson. Volume, radius squared, height. Well, you did just volume equals radius squared height. Pi times radius squared height. You just did radius times radius to square it. Well, you don't have to. You can do the power function, radius to the second power if you have this line from math import. If you don't have the from math import, but you didn't have that correct, this wouldn't have worked. So maybe that's why you changed that to radius times radius instead of squaring the radius. Let's run this just to show it works this way. See, there it is. Same thing, 1570, 942. But this is the power function and how it works. But you have to have this correct. So it will import those math functions. So just a couple of little things just need cleaned up. You seem to be struggling with the main function and how that works. And of course, this wasn't exactly correct either. So, but overall, I like you found a workaround since this wouldn't have worked the way you had the import math function going. But all in all, not bad at all. Just always trying to help you be a better programmer, give you these little tips and tricks and things just to make sure that things are working as easily as they need to be. Because a lot of times it gets more complicated if we can't figure out the right way to do it. We create these ways that works, but it's a lot more programming. So let's learn the code the way it's supposed to work, and it'll save us a lot of headaches. All right, I'll get this feedback to you.